There's a little bit more bounce and a little bit more showmanship in Taufik's movement around the court. And his racket work is unbelievable. Hafiz from Kota Baru in Kelantan province, up in Kelantan state, in the northeast of Malaysia. And I remember in 1973 going all that way up, and four ferry rides I had to take in order to get that far up on my holidays. But most gorgeous part of Malaysia, fantastic space. And you can tell, if they're all as cool as he is in that part of the world, they've got every reason for it, because they live in a beautiful place. Clever, clever, clever. Absolutely pinpoint accuracy. Both players trying to impress with their style of play here, but it's Taufik that has the 4-point advantage. It's in. They go to the break. It's 11-6. Taufik hasn't done anything spectacular, but all he's done is to play the lines better than his opponent Hafiz today. Wow, it really is a fascinating matchup here. And once more, we've got the Malaysian singles coach Tay Siu Bok trying to encourage Hafiz. And I must say, as we've got our rerun here at the break, I'm joined in my commentary position high up here in the Balayogi Indoor Stadium with a great thrill. I've got with me, I'm delighted to say, an All-England champion. It's not often I say that, but it's great to welcome one of the great legends of Indian badminton. Pullela Gopichan is with me at the moment, and I tell you, he knows what it takes at the highest level to impress. So there's no doubt at all that we'll be getting the inside track, I'm sure, on how he thinks this match is going, and in general we'll talk a little bit later after the conclusion of this particular game about Indian badminton and what he's doing at his academy. This is a fantastic opportunity for me, but I'll just continue with the commentary of the match at the moment. It's 13-6, Taufik in absolutely sparkling form, but I tell you, he's just missed that backhand, which is an unusual occurrence. Well, I've given you a really good build-up here, I must say, Pullela, but what do you reckon to this match here, and obviously the way in which it's panning out at the moment? Welcome.
Yeah, thank you very much. It's a pleasure. And, well, the way I look at it, yes, Taufik seems to be in command at the moment. He's been playing some spectacular badminton here in Hyderabad. I think, yeah, the key here is to keep the attack. I think whoever gets to keep the attack, I think will be scoring the points, and that's what the key to the whole match would lie in.
Why do you think that with all the record, the fantastic history and heritage of Taufik, he's never managed to achieve what you've achieved?
Well, I think, yeah, I would put it at luck, because sometimes you really want something and it doesn't happen. But he's been a spectacular player, because he's won the World Championships, the Olympics, and yes, he missed out on the All England. But every time he goes in there, there's pressure on him. And after the first few times, he's not won it, and suddenly there's so much more pressure. Each time he goes, it becomes more and more difficult.
Pullela Gopichan won that All England title by defeating Chen Hong of China in the final, and I can tell you what, that was not only a special moment in sporting history for badminton. India celebrated and continue to celebrate, because they've also opened an academy here. We'll talk about that when we get through this game. Let's concentrate now on this one with Hidayat at 15-10 in the first, and just have a look at the strategy being employed by these two players. They are really very, very great crafty players, and wonderful shot makers on their day. It's 11-15. Now, what Hafiz has got to do right here, as you said, to keep on the attack, but that's easier said than done, because that kind of jump smash and the ability, and look at that, from halfway, he knew that was going long. Great judgment there from Taufik.
Well, I think that's amazing, because that's one of the beauties of Taufik Hidayat, because that he's able to read shuttles and anticipate them so quickly. And if you look at it, for me, I think the key is the net, because whoever holds the net doesn't lift too many shuttles will be in an advantage point. And yeah,
that was in this time. Good play for 12-16. What about the swirl, the drift here, Pulela?
Well, I think coming into Hyderabad, Hyderabad as it's above the sea level, typically the shuttle travels faster. So normally under these conditions we have the shuttles which are a little more quicker than usual, because the air is thinner here, so you have shuttles which are a little more quicker, which makes the whole atmosphere kind of more conducive for people who are able to keep the shuttle down.
But inside this particular hall, this indoor stadium, the Baladyogi Stadium, how is it affecting the play?
Well, I think there is drift, definitely in a big stadium with a lot of crowd. The air moves in a certain direction, and that affects the shuttlecock, which starts moving away. So that's the tough one here. But for me, I would say Taufik is in a position or in the court which is a little more advantage than where Hafiz is in. So I think even if Hafiz loses this game, I think he shouldn't be too disappointed, because I think the next game he has definitely got a chance.
But I think the point here, thank you for all those points you've raised. The point here is that for these players to come at this stage to be participating in the Onyx Sunrise Indian Open is a huge advantage to them, I would have thought. A lot of the European players haven't come, the Chinese players haven't come, but they will all be here for the World Championships, and it's got to be an advantage for people like Hafiz and for Taufik to be able to see a whole week of action here.
Well, definitely, I would say, because it's not very easy to play under the drift. It's been a lot of places around the world. A lot of players would have a problem, and this kind of drift and conditions, it's good to be prepared and have played before such an event like the World Championships.
Okay, it's getting tight here at the end of the first game. It's 16-18. Hafiz putting up a big show, but then suddenly, when you think there's a problem, Taufik has a way of just putting up something that is special. The great thing is, even though he's in mid-air with that jump smash, you don't know whether it's going to go left or right of you. You don't know until it's already struck the ground which side. The deception is amazing. It's in the eyes, it's in the wrists, it's in the body language. You don't know how to play it. It's in. Oh, what a lift. That's a beautiful lift. Look at that. Hafiz is 6'2". He should have played it. He knows that. Taufik, game point. First game in this title matchup. And his backhand, you know, he's missed 3 of those this game. It's so unusual. I mean, it's his talisman. It's what we think of Taufik. When we say Taufik, we say backhand, don't we? Extraordinary, he's missed those. And a big hit there from deep from Hafiz. Just clawing himself back into some hope at 18-20. Taufik has only 1 point to get. Too good. The battle at the net. He didn't need any more than that. 21-18. Hafiz did his best there, in fact was very competitive, but Taufik's experience was the one that really counted and mattered. And I tell you what, you wouldn't bet against him taking the title as well. He's come a long way for this, and I'm sure that he will be very happy with how he's performed so far. He said he was going to up the tempo, and Hafiz is working hard, but it ain't good enough at the moment. Right, tell me, whilst you're here, and I'll take advantage of your time, tell me about the academy. That's very exciting, isn't it?
Well, we started coaching after the All England around 2005, and we've got a few players come up, and most prominent would be somebody that the likes of Saina Nehwal,